next comic, the very funny David Hall.
I'm going for Chris. He's one of the funniest people I know. All right, thanks for coming out on a Saturday. I know Shabuzi's playing at Stagecoach, so the proper choice. I don't know why they don't call it Stagecoachella or Hickchella. I don't know. So I recently turned 40, and I've given up on standard delivery from Uber Eats. I'm a priority delivery guy. I'm no longer a line guy. I'm in my sync era, so single income, no kids. My biological clock is ticking as well, so I don't have time to wait for a family of 4 to get their pizza. It's called Uber Eats, not Uber take my ramen for a road trip. Also for delivery, you know, it used to be like 15 minutes or less and you get your food. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, you have to pay extras to not have them go take the scenic route.
That's true.
So, have you guys seen the Waymos? They're like the self-driving Ubers. A friend of mine saw a homeless person get hit by one. It was a light nudge, so don't worry about it, but to me, Waymo is Waymo opportunities for lawsuits. So, you know, as a 40-year-old, I read somewhere that when you turn 40, you stop trying to be cool. I moved to Arts District right before that, and I got ASICs as well. So I'm glad that Arts support is back in style. Have you seen these like people walking around with zit stickers? That's also stylish right now. It's like stars on their face. It looks like they rated the second grade teacher's good job box. But that confidence scares the crap out of me because, you know, as a millennial, we hide our blemishes. Like, I know you're asking yourself, like, why is he wearing a hat? And I'm not going to gaslight you into thinking that we have to celebrate my baldness. But, you know, I recently got a colonoscopy. Everything checked out. But before the colonoscopy, I got on the scale, and the nurse, you know, she weighed me, and I left my shoes on. And I was like, should I take my shoes off? She's like, no, it's okay. And I was like, well, as long as you're writing down fake numbers, you can put 6'2" and still has hair. She didn't laugh. But the real star of the show was the Broy doctor. He came in with the same energy as the guy that really wants to go to the strip club on the bachelor party. He's like, let's go. You here for the colonoscopy? He's like, ready for some butt stuff? I was like, so what happens if you find a polyp? And he's like, we'll be all up in there, we'll take care of it. I don't know, and then he kind of looked off into the distance and like slapped me on the shoulder and he's like, see you out there. I don't know, it was either the drugs or I was just like really comfortable with his confidence. Go get checked out, guys. I think everything bagels are wildly overstated what they bring to the table. See, in the 1980s, this guy, David Gussin, he saw that when he was roasting the bagels, there was products that was falling off the top. And so he decided, as a smart businessman, to gather up all those toppings and create the everything bagel mix. Other people have claimed to create it, but, you know, that's the most widely accepted story, I guess, from the internet. I tell you this because that's how the sausage is made, and that's basically what it is. It's chop suey in topping form. It's a lipstick on a pig, or chapstick on tofu, since we're in LA. What I'm saying is everything bagels are horrible. They're the worst. They're basically bad breath and a possible failed drug test, and because of all the poppy seeds. By the way, good luck getting one of those out of your teeth. You're going to need the jaws of life or a very strong water pick. But you know who got the short end of the deal of all this is the plain bagel. Any guesses what the plain bagel was called before all these toppings came around?
Bagel.
Oh, bagel, thank you. And then, you know, now we have to put this preface of plain before the OG of all bagels. Even the French got it right because a plain croissant is called a croissant ordinaire, so an ordinary croissant. So slightly classier, but it has its own shape. It's a C. And the other croissants know not to mess with it. Also, Coca-Cola. No one calls it plain Coke unless you're in the bathroom at Coachella. But to me, everything bagels are horrible, and I'm gonna petition that they get taken off the menu. The only people that are promoting it are the everything people. They're the people that are like, my dog's my everything, my coffee's my everything, my husband's my everything. The husband's wearing white rimmed Oakleys and jean shorts. She's more like a stale cinnamon raisin. All right, that's all I got. Thanks everyone.